Here's another module analysis video, but today's subject is mainly about the atrocities HG has specifically committed against me and my girls.
Oh no, I'm gonna be late to school! Kia!
Angelina absolutely did not deserve whatever garbage the HG balancing team gave her. I've showcased her kit in the past, saying how she can be a welcome surprise in comps that need both damage and slow, but her usage has waned by a lot these days because of power creep. You might be a little confused by me talking about power creep despite there being no one specific operator that can fill Angelina's both roles, but what I'm basically saying here is that even though she didn't get directly power crept by any specific operator, the combination of just operators that deal way too much damage along with more versatile crowd control options, the first blue woman, have made it so that in general, you have better solutions than using Angelina's hybrid of slow and decent arts damage. But surely her modules will revive her usage and Angelina will be awesome again, right? So for Angelina's first module, her slow duration increases by 50% and it increases the heal per second as the talent upgrades with some HP and attack as the stat bonuses. I ordered the trait upgrade as a 50% increase to make it sound like a lot, but in reality it's just like an extra 0.4 seconds, which isn't too bad until you realize it's practically useless on her second skill. Angelina's second skill is mainly made for single target usage, which she'll basically slow the target's movement speed to a crawl with 100% slow uptime, so increasing the sluggish duration does practically nothing. You can argue that now she'll be able to slow 2 targets consistently, but at that point, bro, just use S3. This mod fits with S3 better because of the multi-target slowing. It's not a 100% slow uptime like her S2, but it almost gets there, which is fine, I guess. Alright, so let's tackle those talent upgrades now. I know a lot of you are probably thinking the extra 15 heal per second sounds pretty nice, and you know what? You're right, it is pretty nice. But let's say you're hypothetically the worst type of male in existence, a gacha player, and you're trying to finally touch some grass. So you get in contact with a girl who's really cute and you send her a dick pic frame 1 and she responds with, "Wow, that looks pretty nice." Do you feel good about yourself? No.
I'm not even paid enough for this.
The issue with being only nice is that if you take one fat look at the other operator modules, the difference in balancing becomes so apparent. Oh yeah, here you go, Gladia. Here's a free 30% damage reduction. Oh, what's that, Ling? You need to have 4 dragons on the field because apparently 3 isn't enough? Don't worry, it's on the house. If you think that the increase in heal per second will help the other operators survive longer in some niche situation, you'd be correct, except you're overlooking one very small, simple fact. She's barely brought to any stage in the first place! As I've said, the power creep in this game has basically made it so that Angelina is one of the very last 6 stars to be picked on your team. Even if you did bring her, most squad comps now blatantly rely on killing the enemy before they kill you, featuring Sculptor, so who cares about some measly 15 HPS increase when all you have to do is deploy Surtur, Silver Ash, or Mountain and call it a day. Angelina's mod isn't even like Guard Scotty's mod where it increases her usability. Scotty may not be used a lot in general content, but at least she becomes an absolute monster when you pair her with the Abyssal Hunter mods. Angelina instead just got a bag full of nothing. I'm not saying that Angelina should get a billion attack and HP and instantly kill every enemy when it enters her range, but like, come on HG, you designed Chulter, Ling, Pozjumka, and the guy's name that I can't pronounce, and you can't give my girl an extra vitamin gummy? Okay, her first module may not be the greatest, but surely Angelina's second mod will be godlike. It gives her some decent SP regen when enemies are in her range. This can actually be very helpful because Angelina doesn't do basic attacks with her second and third skills, so having enemies in her range gives her a funky negative feedback loop to make sure no one's alive in her range. The mod even works with both skills, unlike her first mod, so that's pretty cool. Alright, let's look at those talent upgrades. We're moving to the next operator.
Oh my god, is that Angelina Senpai-chan? She's so popular and kawaii, desu. Watashi has a crush on her. Angelina Senpai-chan, would you go out with Boku Kudasai?
Okay.
I've already talked about how no one uses Siege in my washed up operators video, so I'm not gonna repeat the same thing. I already know Siege is dead in general content, so we're gonna look at this from a Vanguard Knight's perspective. Siege's mod gives her more attack and defense when she's blocking an enemy. The talent upgrades give herself some more attack and defense. This is not that great. And to explain why, I'll have to explain her niche in Vanguard Knights. Siege's main skill is her third skill for this specific category. It gives her an almost 4 times attack skill with some stun RNG at the cost of a slower attack interval. Now, 4 times the damage is a pretty big multiplier, and if you know anything about AK math, the mod takes effect before the attack skill, so it gets boosted by it pretty heavily. It's a 300 DPS increase with level 3 mod, which sounds nice, so why do I hate this mod? It's a little something called nobody cares. Siege's existence is a very sad one, because either you use her like an off-brand Bagpipe with skill 3 or an off-brand Saga with skill 2. Yeah, the mod gives Siege a 300 DPS increase, but Bagpipe still has twice the DPS as her and scales better with buffs and debuffs. Okay, Siege's skill attack is higher than Bagpipe, so she can actually get damage in on 2,000 defense enemies, but you know, how many 2,000 defense enemies are there out of the entire game? There's like 3 or 4 max. The real reason why I'm disappointed in this module is because it doesn't even do its job properly. Just take a look at Schwartz. Schwartz and Siege have the same talents, so surely they'd have the same talent upgrades, right? Well, at least that's what I thought, but apparently HG hates this cat in particular because her module upgrades are so much worse. While Schwartz can just be in the squad for her talent to work on all snipers, Siege 1 has to be deployed, and more importantly, she doesn't even give any extra buffs to the other Vanguard, it's just only herself, so you can't even give boosts to Bagpipe, Saga, or Flametail. This mod didn't even give Siege a new niche, which is what she really needed. If she could be used differently than the rest of the other Vanguards instead of being some gas station watered down version, then Siege could have actually made a comeback. Turn her into a semi-fast redeploy, make her have some quirky synergy that increases with the number of Vanguards in the squad. But no, HG's amazing balancing team decided this was enough for her, apparently. Surely her second module will make her better though, right? Just ignore Angelina. The chains are off, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. If you're one of those people that say this is a PvE game or that I can bring a squad full of my waifus and still clear stages, you missed the entire point of the video, which I will blatantly state right now to make it very obvious. Buffs to any operator in a vacuum will always seem nice, but Arknights ain't no vacuum. Even disregarding waifu bias, I wanted mods to be something that somewhat evened the playing field for a lot of ops, and while I understand that balancing will never be perfect, I did not expect whatever this is. I do not care about pretending that my beloved Fox girl is actually really good by bringing her to every stage, because I know I can solve the stage with or without her. Whether you like it or not, once you get to high level big brain play, your ops are fighting each other for squad space, and even if you couldn't care less about high level play, it doesn't negate the fact that with all this uneven balancing, you get less diversified rosters, and the game eventually loses its charm for creative clears with unconventional operator usage.
Amia, you better be paying me big for this.
Alright, let's watch this
Straight face.
video
Straight face.
of yours. Awesome skit number 1.
Oh no, I'm gonna be late to school. Yeah.
I'm actually gonna quit being your editor.
It's not even that bad, dog. It's not even that bad.
I have to put reverb though, like they do in the
Like the anime WoW sound effect?
Maybe I should use that too. Thanks for the
No,
idea.
no, no!